Tensions in Eastern Europe have just taken a dramatic turn as Poland claims that Russian drones violated its airspace overnight, in what could be one of the most serious escalations in the region in months. Poland alleges that during attacks on Ukrainian targets, Russian drones entered its territory not once, but 19 times in a single night, raising alarm bells in NATO headquarters. In response, Poland invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty, signaling to its allies that it perceives a threat to its territorial integrity. For those unfamiliar, Article 4 allows NATO members to consult and coordinate collective defense measures if any member feels endangered. This unprecedented step comes at a time when Russia's military operations in Ukraine are intensifying, and Poland, sharing a border with Ukraine, is keenly aware of the risks spilling over. Poland's government says that it successfully shot down several of these drones using advanced air defense systems, emphasizing that its actions were defensive and targeted. Officials confirmed that none of the drones reached populated areas, but the sheer number of incursions has highlighted the growing threat of drone warfare along NATO's eastern flank. Moscow, however, has denied responsibility, claiming that these reports are exaggerated or misattributed. This back and forth reflects a larger pattern in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, where allegations of cross-border incidents heighten the stakes for neighboring countries. Analysts warn that even minor violations can escalate quickly when NATO members are involved, making Poland's invocation of Article 4 a potentially historic moment. The activation of Article 4 is not a call for automatic military action, but it is a serious diplomatic signal. NATO allies will convene to discuss the situation, assess the threat, and decide on potential responses. Historically, Article 4 has been invoked sparingly. Previous instances include Turkey after cross-border shelling from Syria, and Poland itself in 2014 amid the annexation of Crimea. By taking this step, Poland is effectively saying that any further breaches of its airspace will not be ignored. Meanwhile, NATO officials are carefully monitoring the situation, emphasizing de-escalation while preparing contingency plans to assist Poland if needed. This delicate balance between deterrence and restraint is a hallmark of alliance diplomacy. Russia's drone activity over Poland comes amid intensifying attacks in Ukraine, particularly in eastern and southern regions. Military analysts suggest that drones are increasingly used for reconnaissance, targeting, and electronic warfare, allowing Russia to probe NATO's defenses without deploying large forces. Poland, sharing a 400-mile border with Ukraine, faces a unique challenge: how to defend its sovereignty without escalating a confrontation that could draw NATO into a direct conflict with Russia. Polish authorities have stressed that their response has been proportionate and defensive, aiming to protect civilians and infrastructure while signaling readiness to allies. The international response has been swift. NATO Secretary General has called an urgent consultation with member states to evaluate Poland's claims, reaffirm the alliance's commitment to collective defense, and discuss airspace monitoring and reinforcement measures. Other NATO members, including the US, Germany, and the UK, have expressed solidarity with Poland, emphasizing that any threat to a member state is taken seriously. This incident underscores how the Russia-Ukraine war is no longer confined to Ukraine itself, but has regional implications that could reshape security calculations across Europe. Experts note that drones represent a new dimension in modern warfare, where unmanned systems can challenge borders, test defenses, and gather intelligence with limited risk to human personnel. Poland's air defense response, involving sophisticated radar and missile systems, highlights how countries are adapting to these threats. Meanwhile, Moscow's denial complicates accountability, as drone incursions can be ambiguous and difficult to attribute definitively. This ambiguity, however, does not reduce the political and security impact, as even the perception of aggression triggers alliance mechanisms like Article 4. For ordinary citizens in Poland, the news has sparked a mixture of concern and reassurance. The government has assured the public that all necessary precautions are being taken and that there is no immediate danger to civilians. Meanwhile, the media and analysts are highlighting how this development could strengthen NATO cohesion, as member states are likely to show unified support for Poland. It also serves as a warning to Russia that NATO's eastern members are vigilant and prepared to respond diplomatically and militarily to any violations of their sovereignty. As the situation unfolds, all eyes will be on the NATO response and whether Russia continues drone operations along Poland's border. The coming days could see enhanced air patrols, intelligence sharing, and possibly a visible presence of allied forces in the region. While the immediate threat appears contained, the incident demonstrates the fragility of regional security and how quickly modern conflicts can escalate. Poland's decision to invoke Article 4 is a reminder that even unmanned systems like drones can trigger major international reactions, highlighting the delicate balance of deterrence, diplomacy, and defense in today's geopolitics.